Why do I talk like that? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been 3 months since I posted my last video and I'm glad to be back and recording another video. This is exciting. It's always exciting to get the motivation to record another video, so I'm glad I'm doing this. Today's video is going to be about, as you can tell by the title, coming out and my experience and what it was like and just everything about it that you would possibly want to know. And I think it's a very crucial story to tell, especially recording videos and, opening up to my viewers and just for myself, getting it out there just so I'm more comfortable doing what I do, And yeah, I guess I'll start off by saying I think the first time that I ever came out to myself was about 3 years ago, actually, 2017. It's actually towards the end of the year. I remember it was like the first semester of my senior year, and I was still in a relationship at the time. And it was just something really hard to come to because I feel like I've known ever since I was a little kid, and most people don't understand that this isn't a life that you choose. It's something that you're born as, it's who you are, and it's inevitable. 2017 was a year when I finally told myself that I was different, and I wasn't who I thought I was, and that it was okay. And being in a relationship at the time was probably the hardest part of it because I did not know exactly how to approach the situation. So I remember talking to my ex-girlfriend. I asked her if she was free to have a conversation, and she was already aware that it was something more personal rather than just hanging out. So it was hard for me to bring that up without actually telling her what it was because I didn't know exactly how to approach the situation. So we met up at the mall. We sat on the bench at the mall, and I remember not knowing how to start the conversation at all. I was completely blank. I was shaking inside. I was terrified. It was like so terrifying. And before that, I actually came out to my best friend first, and she just helped me through it because she was the first person I ever told, and I just didn't know what to do, how to approach the situation, especially being in a relationship. So it was just very hard to do so. And she gave me advice, and she was like, it's only fair for you to know what you want first before you do anything. And I was like, you're right. And I told myself, well, you need to tell her, you need to tell your girlfriend that this is how you feel, and just see what happens after that. I do like guys and girls, so in my head, I still wanted to be with her, but I just wanted her to know. So when I finally told her, I think she kind of knew where I was getting at before I even told her. So she stood quiet for like a bit. She just asked me a bunch of questions, and like it was just very, 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 very scary and kind of heartbreaking. We still wanted to be together and work this out because obviously like I still liked her and I cared for her a lot, and I still wanted to be with her because she was someone that I still had love for. We talked about it and we decided to stay together and work this out, because she was very supportive, although she had many questions and concerns and whatnot. Normally understandable because that's just how it is. After a few days after I told her, I was just thinking so much was going through my head. I just didn't know exactly what to do now. Although I had already told her, it was just something that I just didn't know how to approach after everything was done, which was coming out to her. After a few days of thinking, I just realized that it wasn't fair to myself or to her to continue the relationship, because I just discovered something big for myself, and I feel that I wasn't going to be able to give her my all, because something like this doesn't come so easily, and it's just something that you can't really handle normally, especially already being in a relationship. At least for me in my situation, she cried, and I remember telling my sister about it, and I cried as well, because it was just so hard to accept that things are different now and that my life was not going to be the same anymore. So I did it. I think it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. Not because I didn't want to be with her or that she wasn't like a good person or anything, but because it was something that I needed to do for myself. And sometimes you have to be selfish if you want to be happy and if you want to get the things that you want. And I knew that ultimately she was not going to be something that I wanted, because I didn't have enough love for her to stay with her, and I did not want her to go through that. It would have been even more selfish for me to stay with her and pretend like I was fine and that everything was going to be the same and that everything was going to be perfect and that we would stay together, because I knew that that was not going to happen. So I did that, and my life kind of completely changed after that. You know, when you come out, you kind of start to try new things. You want to experience that side of you. And even though it's scary, it's still something that's inevitable because it's a part of who you are. So I was playing volleyball at the time, and I had just joined the team. I didn't know anybody besides one person who went to my school. I was still getting to know my teammates and just getting used to the rhythm of the team and whatnot. So I just remember this one day, there's this one guy, and we were like, you know, doing our drills, practicing and whatever. I'm not going to be very specific because I don't want to say anything that I shouldn't, especially if it's regarding someone else's feelings, someone else's personal life. So I'm just going to try to be very vague with it, but, you know, still give you the point of the story. So I had my first guy crush going into this volleyball team. It was the first person that I was interested in after my ex, and it was just a very, very exciting time for me, just because it was so new, so refreshing, and something that I knew I wanted to do. So I remember I noticed this person at practice, and this was a person that I did like a lot, like so much. And I still remember the first time I laid eyes on them and like the reasons why I liked them and all that. And since that day, like, he's all I thought about, I guess. And I remember getting his social media one day after practice, and it was, you know, exciting because I'd never asked anyone else for their socials and just their phone number and whatever. And I remember getting home and texting them, and after that it was just kind of magical, to say the least, because we created a very strong friendship, and this person didn't know that I liked them, but it was still something that I had to think about to see if I actually liked them or if I just wanted to be their friend. But it ended up being this whole like full-on crush. So we talked every single day. We became really close, you know, during volleyball season, and it was something that I always wanted and that I didn't know I want until I got it, you know? We became really close. I came out to him like a few weeks maybe, or a few days, I don't remember exactly, but I came out to him And that same night we went to the movies together, as friends. And because, he showed his support for me. And that same night we went to the movies. And it was just a normal night. And his life is very, very different from mine. So for me, it was the right person, but probably the worst time. Coming out has been such a great experience. My friends have been more than supportive since the beginning, and I just couldn't be happier to have such supportive people in my life. It took me till 2019, I think, like at the end of the year, I came out to my parents, and they were nothing but supporting as well. And I feel like I've had it very well with the support that I've had and the reactions and just the overall love that I've received ever since then, because I know that not everybody has the same story, not everybody has the same support or the same luck as me with my experience and my story. So I appreciate it so much every single day, because I know it's not as easy for everybody else.
Yeah, look at the mocha cookie crumble crunch.
You always get that.
No, I don't. It's a caramel ribbon crunch.
Oh. They're closed.
No way. Oh,
It's
what?
5 though.
Steph.
No wonder there's nobody.
Wow. Okay, then I guess we.
Fucking serious?
No.
Oh, okay, can I get the caramel cloud?
Yeah, what size is that?
In the venti, and can you add caramel drizzle to that, like extra?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, cool.
Anything else?
And then just give me.
You want the frap?
Yeah. The caramel ribbon crunch. Fucking.
Or do you want the mocha one?
Okay, mocha.
What is it, mocha ribbon crunch?
I think so. Mocha crumble.
Is it? Do you guys have the mocha crumble frappuccino? Is that a thing?
The mocha cookie crumble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take. Do you want a grande? Or? I'll take a grande in that, because you don't finish it.
Anything else?
Can you make the venti caramel cloud a grande instead? Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. Anything else?
That'll be all.
Okay, 10:20. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. She was very nice.
I know. Hey, so I
You
don't want to
can't
be
say that.
Well,
Come on, guys. It's not that hard to put your mask on. You got the cloud, the iconic cloud caramel macchiato. Okay, we're going to the park to drink our little drinks.
Wow. The amount of chocolate in this. Oh, I know.
Yep. So, back to the topic of the video. And I'm just here to ask my sister some questions regarding, like, the time, I guess, she found out. And, like, do you remember when I told you?
Yeah, we were at the park.
Mhm.
We were at Orange Park.
Yeah, we're at Orange. Sorry.
Dude, like literally, I didn't even know what to like expect because at the time.
Why did I tell you let's go to the park because I need to tell you?
No, you just said let's go to the park and like we were just walking around.
Okay.
And then like kind of halfway, we sat down at the tables at the benches or whatever, and then you told me you said you had something to tell me, and you told me to guess what it was. And
Because I was being so anxious, I was like, I don't know how to like bring it up, so I was just telling her to guess what I wanted to tell her, even though she had no idea.
And the only thing that came to my mind was since you were dating your ex-girlfriend, like I thought maybe that she was pregnant or something. So like a lot of things just came to my mind. I was like, I really don't know what it could be. And like I was guessing, you were like, nope.
Okay.
And then once you finally said it, like
Okay. When I told you, were you surprised at all?
I was surprised. I really was, because like, okay, yeah, we're twins. We've lived together our whole lives, but like I never, like, not that like, oh, you should know when someone's gay or anything, but I never pictured you being gay. You get me? Because you were in relationship, like relationship
after
yeah,
relationship.
literally like middle school, dated one girl for like the 7th and 8th grade,
Mhm.
and then high school freshman year to like junior year, literally. So
Senior, well, like the beginning of senior year. But I already talked about that.
yeah, I was very shocked. So that's why I think I cried a little, but not like because I was like, oh my god, like, you know, like sad or whatever.
Mhm.
It was just so surprising that like,
Really?
yeah,
I don't
like it took me
remember.
by surprise, and like I think I did like a little tear or something. And that whole time I was trying to process it, you know, I was just like, oh my god.
It was just hard for me to tell her just because it's obviously it's not that I didn't think she wouldn't accept me, but because it's just I felt so vulnerable and I just didn't know exactly what to expect, and like I was still like trying to accept myself, so it was weird having or wanting to tell people without being completely at the accepting myself stage, you know. So it's just like I cared too much about what she would say, even though I knew she would be supportive. But it was just like, you know, like damn, what now? Like I don't want you to see me this way just because I haven't. It's still weird for me to see myself that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but she was the
Second.
person. Jasmine was first,
Yeah, I remember.
and then you. I was wondering if I told my ex first or you, but I'm pretty sure I told you first, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and
think-
I remember when like,
Yeah.
because when you like, you had that, at that point you guys hadn't broken up yet,
Mm-mm.
right? No. Because, yeah, I remember that.
We broke up a few days after I came out to her.
Mhm.
But you already know the story. Do you remember my
Damn,
first...
tea.
Okay, talk about my first crush after coming out. Remember who I was talking to?
Oh, what's his face?
Don't say...
I honestly forgot his name though. It's oh, I know. Should I say the name?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna meet that.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that was just... It felt like such a long stage in my life. Like 3.5 months talking to him. Not talking, but like
Knowing
having him in my life and knowing him as a friend. Because we got really close. I considered him my best friend for a while. And we were like really close. His business is his business, and I'm going to respect that.
It's funny because like for so long, mom and dad didn't know, and like people, or I don't know, I think they would ask like, oh, like, que si ya tiene novia. que
Oh
no sé.
yeah, my parents would always ask me, "Oh, do you have a
Yeah.
girlfriend now? Or do you like someone?" And I'd always be like, "Nah, like I'm good. Like I'm happy being single." Do you want to add anything else?
Mm,
Any other hints that might have told you I might have swung the other way?
honestly,
Or swung the same way?
yeah,
I
literally
guess
the same
the
way.
same way.
No, I was just not that I'm clueless, but I don't like judge people. I don't like really look at people that way.
Period. No, like honestly, because dude, I've been standing Ariana since like
Yeah.
2013,
Literally.
and she's never judged me.
Mm-mm. Like we're all.
Actually, one time she did make a comment, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Wait, what is it? Nah, tell me. I don't know.
No, okay.
Tell me.
No.
Come on, I'm curious.
It's just funny because it really hurt.
Really?
I'm not gonna cry. I'm just saying it's funny.
What happened though? What did I say? I don't
We
remember.
were I think we were like getting the clothes ready for laundry,
Mhm.
and we were listening to music, right? And then I remember specifically, I put Jason's song
Mhm.
by Ariana, and I was listening to it. I think you were mad at me too.
Uh-huh.
Like we got into an argument, and then you made like a, "Why are you listening to this? Are you gay or something?" I think you said.
Really? Oh shit.
She made a comment like that,
Oh, I didn't.
and like, first of all, it hurt because it was true. But because like I don't know, we're siblings, like you know, siblings get along like that.
Yeah.
Like she obviously didn't mean it like as in them, like you're gay, but like you know it's.
Yeah, I was
No,
just
you
trying to
made
hurt you,
comments,
I
yeah.
guess. Yeah.
But whatever.
Like-
I'm over it.
But you still remember.
Dude, yeah, I still
No,
remember.
I feel
I
you,
put that
though.
song on and I'm like, yeah. That one hurt a little. Just a little.
Oh my god.
But
Yeah, I feel it. My bad. Hey, I was right without even knowing it.
she was right.
Yeah.
This is a video. I mean, thank you for tuning in. This is my sister, my precious sister.
Yep. We don't look
My
alike,
best
but...
friend. Yeah, we're fraternal twins, by the way. But yeah, so we don't look alike. She looks more like my father. I look more like my mom.
Yep. That's why I'm brown and he's tan. Well, he
I
was
used-
white.
I used to
but-
be white. Look,
Nah, like that.
still white.
I guess.
But yeah, this is a video. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Hopefully, I actually record more.
Yeah.
But you know, this was the video. So
Goodbye.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's it.